4 American athletes, 4 Canadian athletes in a continental clash. Who can be the fastest on a continuous course that crosses 4 separate disciplines? Speed, precision, and endurance will win the day in the first ever North American Women's Cup Championship.
Welcome. It is a beautiful Saturday in Virginia. Welcome to Jackalope, Virginia Beach, one of the biggest action sports gatherings and festivals in the world. And an awesome, super place to stage this first ever STIHL TIMBERSPORTS event, the Women's Cup, North American Women's Cup competition for 2026. Tommy Sanders here with Kevin Holtz, and this is a weekend full of wonderful, wonderful STIHL events, and some of them we've never seen before. Yesterday was the first time ever staged on American soil, the hot sauce shootout.
Yeah, it will be back. That showdown was just an epic battle between some of the heaviest hitters in the U.S. and Canada. There were major surprises like Matt Koger and our world record holder Nate Hodges getting knocked out very early due to all sorts of discombobulations and saw issues and human issues along the way. But ultimately, it was Maddie Slingerland taking the gold, Jason Lentz on the podium for silver, and Aaron Hovis with the bronze last night. An amazing round of action, and we're going to roll it right back in for another great round. The hot saws are away. Now it's time to get out the axes and the hand saws.
All right, we're just about ready to get going with our Women's Cup competition. Let's bring him out, a true legend in lumberjack sports. He is the one, the only impact man of lumberjack sports. He is, of course, Super Dave Jewett.
Hey, thank you once again, Tommy. 25 years at Timber Sports. I still got the name. Well, I was just talking to the guys up back. We're still coming down from what we saw yesterday. That hot saw showdown. If you were here, the final cut. 3 cuts on an 18-inch log in 4.5 seconds. It was unreal. You know what? If you're not familiar with Timber Sports, if you're not a fan, you will be today. This is the first ever North American STIHL TIMBERSPORTS Cup for the women. We're going to have 4 of the best Americans, 4 of the best Canadians. We're going to be belting it out all day between Kevin and Tommy, me, and my sidekick. This guy brings the hypes with the pipes. Let's bring him out, Dave Johns.
What is going on, Jackalope Festival? How's everybody feeling out there today? Man, I got to catch some of the skateboarding over on the beach this morning, Dave. That was incredible. Finals being held there tomorrow. We got our trophy race tomorrow, but the inaugural event for the North American Women's Cup today is going to be awesome here on the stage. Can't do it without our sponsors here. Of course, the Jackalope Festival, John Deere, STIHL, and the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation. Let's give them a huge round of applause as we send it back to Kevin and Tommy in the booth for the ones to watch.
Thank you so much, Dave and Kevin. We've got 8 athletes here, 4 from the United States, 4 from Canada, each one of them an elite athlete, and each one of them will say that all the rest more than deserve to be here. They are incredible, but I know you have some ones to watch.
Yeah, we could spend the rest of the afternoon just talking about these athletes, but 4 come to mind. Erin LaVoie has to be at the top of your play card. She and Martha King have been just duking it out for years on the Timber Sports stage in our women's division, just exchanging trophies back and forth, and there's been a lot of the same going on in Canada. We've got to talk about Stephanie Naud. She was the silver medalist in 2025 for the Canadian National Championship and has just been coming on like a house of fire, especially in the sawing, in the single buck especially. And again, we mentioned Erin LaVoie has been just trading blows with Martha King. It seems like if one of them's on the podium, the other one's there in second place, and vice versa for years now. The big story also coming out of Canada, Andrea Hand. She won the title in 24 and 25 with Stephanie Naud right there in silver medal position for 25. So just a tremendous mashup, tremendous athletes, so much action coming up here on the stage.
Absolutely, and any one of them could get the job done today. We'll turn it over right now. Back to Dave and Dave.
Thanks, Kevin and Tommy. I think it's about time we bring our athletes out. Are we good with that? I think we're good with that. Let's do it. our first Canadian athlete from Ormstown, Quebec. Give it up for Underhand LaVoie.
You saw this lady break the standing block record in Milwaukee last year at the Women's U.S. Championships from Kalispell, Montana. Let's hear it for Lauren Bergman.
Our two-time Canadian national champion from Brigham, Quebec. Big round of applause for Stephanie Naud.
Coming from the lumberjack capital of the world, Hayward, Wisconsin. Let's hear it for Kate Witkowski.
A recent graduate from the University of New Brunswick, already in the professional ranks. A big Virginia Beach welcome to Brittany McLean.
Your three-time U.S. Women's Champion from Chadds Ford, Pennsylvania. Let's hear it for Martha King.
From Caslow, BC, another two-time Canadian national champion looking for a third day. Big round of applause for Underhand Hand.
And your reigning, defending U.S. Women's Steel Timbersports Series champion from Spokane, Washington. Let's hear it for Erin LaVoie. These will be your 8 competing North American women's athletes in the inaugural Women's Cup. Give them a big round of applause, and let's get to it.
Yep, and hang on, you can cheer or you can boo. For the head judges, let's bring them out, Rich Hallett and Chris Alba. All right, take a look at the big screen. We're going to talk about the first event, the stock saw.
Stock saw. After the starting shot, the contestants have to cut 2 wooden discs, so-called cookies, within a 10-centimeter mark. One downward and one upward. The attempt is only valid when both discs have been cut off completely and within the marks.
The stock saw discipline, the great equalizer in all of lumberjack sports. Up next, identically tuned saws. Dave, as a guy who's competed in this event for a long time, what do you have to do to master this event?
Practice, no longer practice on your own. You have to practice with a fellow athlete. You have to race each other. And that's really what we didn't do enough back in the day. The guys and the women that win, they train with someone. They race against each other. They buy a steel MS661s, the same bar, same chain, same fuel, same throttle response. They know when they get up on the stage, cutting a 40-centimeter log right around 16 inches. You'll hear me say metrics. Why? We are worldwide now, Dave. 30 countries involved in timber sports.
Absolutely. Looks like these ladies are just about set, ready to go to enter our first discipline of the North American Women's Cup here live in Virginia Beach. We are streaming worldwide in this event here today, folks. You'll have plenty of opportunities to show yourself on the fan cams, but looks like we're ready to go, Dave. Let's bring them out.
All right, let's bring them out. Heat number 1, stand number 1, Underhand LaVoie and her opponent, Stephanie Naud.
All right, here we go with the first heat of the first discipline. This is the stock saw. 2 competitors, both from Quebec in Canada. That is Underhand LaVoie on stand number 1, and on stand number 2, there she is right there, Stephanie Naud. Stephanie Naud from Ormstown, Quebec.
Warm up your saws.
No, from Brigham, Quebec. 4 disciplines, 2 chopping, 2 sawing.
Yeah, I was going to say the stock saw is an interesting event to start with. It is the great equalizer out here. Match saws,
athletes
match
ready.
Stand
operator
to your
should
timber.
rise to the top.
3, 2, 1, go!
Clean start, especially for Stephanie Naud over on stand number 2. Underhand is quick through the wood, though. It's going to be a tight race.
Oh, wow.
What a finish. It was all Stephanie Naud getting to the block quick. LaSalle, though, found a gear through the wood. She got right in that sweet spot in the horsepower RPM range. Motored down through that first cut.
You want to steer the saw, you can do that, but it's going to slow the engine down. Great cuts. Unofficially, what weight would look like Andrea LaSalle. Great cut.
Nice job. Both cuts are good.
With the official times in, that one is going to go to Underhand LaSalle on stand number 1. Little bit of hesitation on that start. She wasn't really quick to the wood. You can see in the background that Stephanie Naud is well into the first disc, but LaSalle just finds another gear coming down through the wood. She is ahead at the switch. It was exceptionally quick, or excuse me, exceptionally close at the end. There you see it. You can see that bar emerge on stand number 1. Underhand LaSalle, nicely done.
Kevin, this is one that's so hard to separate yourself from everyone. It seems to be locked up in a little short window of time results, and finding something, either relying on a mistake from someone else or finding some way to get yourself a little bit of margin there. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, so Tommy, in stock saw and with all of these disciplines, but mainly with stock saw, we're marching towards that perfect cut. We're marching towards that scenario where the gullets on the chain are absolutely loaded to their capacity. You are at the pinnacle of the horsepower and torque curve. Everything comes together, and as competitors study, dial, train, work towards that, we just see the field narrow and narrow and narrow. We've seen 6 different competitors all within 2 100ths of each other in a competition.
There you can see those official times there, and Andrea LaSalle, a 5/10 advantage there over Stephanie Naud. Another Canadian matchup on the way here. We're going to run our 4 Canadian competitors through the first 2 heats here, and then we'll have 2 heats with American competitors. But it's the time that counts, and that's what's going to add up to the points of running, overall points total, and the most points at the end of 4 disciplines will stand as our winner of the inaugural North American Women's Cup competition. On stand number 1, that is Brittany McLean from Prince Edward Island, Canada, and way across the other side of the country. Over in British Columbia, the very impressive resume for this athlete right here. Andrea Hand just set a world record just a few weeks ago. We'll talk about that more later when we get to that particular discipline.
And I think we're going to see Brittany set a new PB today. The times have been falling for her. The stock saw time that you saw there, her personal best, not a flash time. I know there's
warm
more
up
there.
your
I
saws.
bet you're going to see her shave some pretty significant time off her PB here in the stock saw.
Yeah.
But you have to when you're up against 2 two-time Canadian national champions.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Brittany very quick to the wood over top of Andrea Hand. on stand number 2. She is just, wow. This has got to be a new personal best by a long shot for her. There it is. Oh, my gosh. She shaved over 2 seconds off her personal best time. That is just exceptional. I saw that time. I know how she's been cutting. I know it's been a lot of training, a lot of work. You elevate the bar. You put players on a bigger stage, and you're going to see bigger and better performances. Head judge Rich Hallett's looking things over. He seems reasonably satisfied. We'll know more when he gets out to the edge of the stage. What a great cut for Brittany McLean.
Both cuts are good.
There we go.
Watch this run. Like, look at the disparity between stand 1 and stand number 2. Andrea just got caught like asleep at the wheel. I'm not sure what. I know she was worried about jumping the gun and was trying to be safe about it. But Brittany McLean was not waiting around. No. She absolutely attacked on that start and just knocked everything out of her personal best time. Great run for Brittany McLean.
Brittany McLean and Underhand, 2 veterans. Brittany McLean, 10 years she's been competing. Man, oh man, more than 2 seconds better than her personal best there, Kevin. Closer to 3. There's the way it stands right now with Brittany McLean on top after 2 heats. And then they fall after that. Andrea LaSalle, Stephanie Naud, Andrea Hand.
You can scan in and be a part of our interactive stuff here on the stage. And you see STIHL staff going out there handing out some of those cardboard beards as well. But scan in and vote now. And here comes the poll. What STIHL chainsaw is used for the stock saw race? They're giving you an easy one. I've already said this over the mic here. We saw the video on it earlier.
We just said it.
Was it the MS-251, the MS-500i, the MS-661, or the MS-881? Let's see what the right answer is. That is that MS-661. I know. There's Rich Hallett. There's the correct answer right there. That's the good Rich Hallett version with a thumbs up there. Last night when he said, both cuts are bad. That was not good. We did not like hearing that. But if you got those questions right, you can head on over to the STIHL booth. Get yourself a hat. Show them you got those questions right. And you're interacting with the stage. And that's a lot of stuff. I know kids, we're handing out those foam axes over here to the right of the stage as well. Oh, yeah, I see him over there. You got to let those things wave all day long when we pan the crowd. Absolutely.
Love to see it. What an atmosphere it is here at the Jackalope Festival.
Well, Brittany McLean leading all 4 competitors after 2 heats of the stock saw, but now we get into our American competitors. And Kevin, this is as great a matchup as you could hope for. These two back and forth, 3 national championships for King, 4 national championships for LaVoie, and there is Erin LaVoie, our reigning national champion on stand 1.
And we've spent many years watching these two just exchange titles, and one on the top level of the podium, one on the second level. They're always part of the conversation, and they always make it exciting.
You look at their personal bests in stock saw, and it's barely 0.2 of a second separating them. They are so well matched up.
Warm up your saws. Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go.
Gunning for under 12 seconds. I gotta be honest, I lean a little bit more towards Martha King in the stock saw round, but it is Erin LaVoie at the switch. Martha King's going to have to work hard. Not going to happen. And look at that. Neither of them is going to take down that time set by Brittany McLean. That just cements how epic of a run that was for Brittany. Excellent, excellent work. That is tremendous.
But you'll see a slight mishap, a slight misgrab. But we're going to get a quick interview with Erin LaVoie after the judge's decision. Yeah, to you. I saw that judge.
Both cuts are good.
Do you win out here because you're having fun, or are you having fun because you win? Talk about that first cut and who you put it. I like to see that first cut. Get an entrance into the wood. It looked like a slight mishap. What happened?
I like to see that thing over with when you've got a thumbs up. It's the most nerve-wracking event that there is up here, and it's really hard to start out with that one. But once you get it over with, it's kind of smooth sailing for me. I hope. But, yeah, there was a bit of a bobble. I don't even remember what happened now, honestly. I remember that I did.
No, one-hand grab, it looked like.
I do. I normally one-hand grab it, but I might have missed it. I think I missed the first grab just a little bit, corrected as fast as I could, and then I was a little off balance entering the wood, and that was a bit of time too, but I'm not going to complain.
Great job unofficially in second place. Now, we'll watch the replay in a second, but one more big round of applause from Spokane, Washington, Erin LaVoie.
Thank you guys for being here. This is awesome for us, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
Let's watch these two go back. Yeah, I don't know. Hands were on the saw. I think maybe knocked the top of the log, just pulled her out of balance a little bit. Once she got up into the wood, though, it was all go for Erin LaVoie. Not enough to win the event, but still a really good time. And there definitely was trouble down there on stand number 2 for Martha King. Yeah, she got into the wood. You can see the power head kind of wobble around like she wasn't entering the wood straight, clean. I'm not sure. Through the end, I don't know. Everything is there, just not moving through. She's going, oh, there it is right there. She is at an angle trying to steer the saw back a little bit. That will slow down your chain speed tremendously.
Well, there it is right now. Brittany McLean hanging on to that lead with only one heat left in the stock saw at 12.03. Erin LaVoie could get close, but not close enough. Let's go on to our fourth, and final heat of the stock saw. Lauren Bergman going up against Catherine Witkowski. Lauren Bergman, Kalispell, Montana, alumni of Flathead Valley College. That's where she started in on TimberSports. Fourth in last year's Women's National Championship. She just seems to be on a career arc that takes her upward just about every year she's been out here. And the veteran Catherine Witkowski, the educator from Hayward, Wisconsin.
Bergman showed up on stage a few years ago like a bomb. Great personality, great energy, and just explosive
competition.
Warm up your
saws. Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go.
Wow, Bergman very quick to the log. Witkowski trailing. She's going to have to make it up in the cut, but I don't think it's going to happen. Look at the effort from Bergman as she slams the saw into that second cut. Bergman's going to run away with this, but nobody can touch Brittany McLean.
Had the fastest down cut, lost some time on the L cut. A very big down cut. Very big down cut from Bergman.
1 Judges are going to check both of these runs, make sure there's no cutouts, make sure they didn't cut over the line. As Bergman and Witkowski wait patiently, maybe somewhat nervously.
Both cuts are good.
I'll go back and have another look at the run from Lauren Bergman and Kate Witkowski. Look at Lauren Bergman on stand number 1. She is just a light year ahead on that start. A bit of a thin disc, but that's okay. It takes some pressure off the side plates. The second cut slowed down, and I think she's trying to steer this saw through the log, and it really slowed down in the middle of that upcut. Just a tremendous amount of pressure on the side plates of that chain. Just robs horsepower from that motor.
Well, a good effort from Lauren Bergman, but as you mentioned, Kevin, I think our champion, Brittany McLean, caught everyone looking the other way and just absolutely took this thing in the very first heat. Brittany McLean of Prince Edward Island in Canada with the top points, 8 points for her to lead the field after the first discipline, the stock saw. One discipline down, 3 more to go. 1 more sawing and 2 chopping. We're going to be chopping. The standing block is on the way when we return to the inaugural STIHL TIMBERSPORTS North American Women's Cup.
When you spend 100 years building chainsaws, you get really good at building chainsaws. So when STIHL built the mower, we built the chainsaw mowers. New blade, same bloodline.
Some days, everything goes your way. This is not one of those days.
Look at that.
Good thing the Gator XUV can navigate rugged terrain and haul whatever the day demands.
Pull me out!
Because when work happens, you've got a Gator for that. The Gator XUV, built for every kind of workday.
The power's out!
Learn more at an authorized John Deere dealer.
Conserving moments like this. The Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation is building a strong future for all big game. 1 square mile a day. That's our mission. More access, healthier habitats. Your support will help shape what's next.
The North American Women's Cup competition for 2026 is sponsored by STIHL, by John Deere, by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, and by Jackalope, Virginia Beach. Coming up next, we put away the saws and we bring out the axes. Number 2. Discipline number 2 is the standing block chop. You recognize it, but here's some more. Everything you maybe didn't know about the standing block.
Standing block chop. At the standing block chop, the felling of a tree with an axe is simulated. A vertically positioned wooden block with a diameter of 30 centimeters has to be cut through both sides. A powerful and precise swing with the axe is the premise of a good result.
Let's go with heat number 1. Stephanie Naud going up against Adrienne LaSalle. Again, the two Quebec competitors. And there you see their world record they're shooting for, and the season's best. Those times posted there. They're looking for their personal best here. Going to get one shot at the standing block, and this is it today.
Well, and Tommy, we've been watching this now for a few years, a handful of years, though, really, in terms of the history of the sport. But the standing block times have just been melting away as the standing block arrived in the women's events. The motivation, the emphasis,
Timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
There's Adrienne LaSalle on stand number 2, trying to get that first chip to release, but it's just not going. There she chases the corners and finally gets that chip to release.
Are 25 centimeters across the blades.
Stephanie Naud well into the backside of this block. Front side has a good amount of wood still hanging in it, but a nice open face.
Really long swing of Stephanie there, really driving into the log. She's going to make
the backside of the log going much cleaner for Stephanie Naud. She's got to reach around to the far, maybe one in the guts, and then bring the far. This is where that extra wood left to the front is coming back to bite her. LaSalle is right there with her. It's going to be Naud. There's the near. That lets the block twist. There goes LaSalle onto the far wood and clears that chop. Not where either of these competitors want to be time-wise, not where either of these competitors are capable of being. Might be a little bit of nerves on the big stage, the lights, the music.
Well beyond the personal best for both of these competitors here, but
both cuts are good.
Get the call. They'll both get a time for that. We'll see how it works out.
We'll have another look at it. There's Stephanie Naud in the near ground. You can see the front side of that log is a bit chewed up. Those hits are stepping. What you want to see is each hit chase the last one in perfectly. But competition time is different than training time. Yes. That go blows a fuse in your brain, and you sort of forget a lot of the stuff that you knew back at your training area. So Stephanie will get that cleaned up. We'll see better cuts. Pulls off a heat win, but she knows, I know, that could be a lot cleaner of a cut. She's got a lot better, a lot more potential than that. You can see LaSalle in the background. Second side of her block opened up much cleaner than the front side did. Had one hit drop down a little bit low there as she clears out that far wood right when Stephanie Naud finds those last fibers and drives off.
We'll take a look at the times. I'm sure they are a little bit more than what they wanted, but this is their first time chopping this wood this week. We'll see how the rest of the field fares. For now, though, Stephanie Naud, 42.49 is the top spot and 8.5 seconds behind Adrienne LaSalle.
All right, folks, so we are streaming worldwide. If you want to jump on our fan cam, you can scan the QR code right now. Show your face around the world. Just scan it on the boards. Let's see who's out there joining us in the crowds today. Oh, there we go. The guys in the truck. Oh, they always got to jump in. They always got to jump in. There we go. Oh, nice hat. There, yeah. That's some swag. They're having fun. They're having fun. Oh, that was an upset baby girl right there. Upset baby girl right there. Thank you, everybody, for participating. ready to go for her next heat of the women's standing block chop. All right, heat 2. On position 1 from Spokane, Washington. Let's hear it.
Beautiful view of our venue there, and ready for heat 2 of the standing block chop now. 2 Americans. We're going to go with Erin LaVoie, a winner in her heat of the stock saw, but not able to prevail overall there, going up against Catherine Witkowski.
And he's saying, Erin, the sap was at our rate is hard. Lay into those first 4 hits as hard as you can. Get that chip out. Hit your corners. Hit your corners. Let the belly of the action.
See if we can bring the times down a little bit, Kevin, here.
Yeah, first heat, we're seeing this wood for the first time. We're seeing what competitors can do.
Athletes ready.
Knocking what Underhand and Stephanie did in that first heat. They weren't the strongest chops in either of what those competitors are capable of. And we're going to see if LaVoie and Witkowski can best those times. Look at how, I was about to say, look at how clean that cut is from Kate Witkowski. And then she had one hit get away from her on an up hit, but she is still keeping that front face very clean, chasing one hit after another. LaVoie is around to the second side, as is Kate Witkowski now. Times are melting away very quickly, though, as Erin LaVoie is going to go into a driving pattern. Oh, that one got away from her, glancing down. She's got to stay up high. She clears a chip out. And it's going to be enough for Catherine Witkowski to get ahead of her. You can see Erin LaVoie wincing at the end of that. She knows that she did not execute the finish of that block well. She was pinched in on the backside of that log. She was running out of room. She was running out of cuttable wood. I think if she had just stayed with drivers, it would have gone. She elected to draw another chip, which is the safe bet.
Both cuts are good.
Well, Witkowski, I don't know. You're so focused. I know we were talking a lot about Erin LaVoie. Jason was giving us some last-minute instructions. You went to the backside. You opened up a fairly large chip. In my mind, you had a lot of work to do, but you must have put a massive front in that we couldn't see from our angle. Talk about that.
Yeah, I prefer when you're talking about the other competitors, so I can come from behind, so that worked in my favor. I think I put in a huge front. I've been working with Dan Beams, like you said, and the Beams family to get more slope on. And the boys in the back were watching video, and we were all talking about making sure you put a good 4 in at first, get a good scarf going, and then you can really lay into it. So that's what I was working on.
Sour Patch Kids and Liquid IV. Are you onto something?
Electrolytes and sugar, easily accessible. It's, yeah, my go juice.
Great job, Kate Witkowski from Hayward, Wisconsin.
There's your new leader. Standing block chop, and Kate just had you complimented this face for one little mishit.
Yeah, we just saw that one miss hit where she stepped up a far upward hit. She has been working with Dan Beams and the Beams family, and they are preaching gospel. That opening 4 hits, how you set the stage determines where all the rest of the hits go. If you come in small, steep on your opening blows, the rest of the hits have to chase those lines in. If you open up wide with lots of slope and you decide you can sort of dump it up and roll that face in, you have that opportunity. It is almost impossible to go the other way. That wide open face on the front side is what allowed her to drive that off cleanly, where LaVoie was struggling with the end of that block. You see Erin LaVoie laughing. She knows exactly what went wrong.
So Kate Witkowski takes over the lead. Not a small lead either. 2 seconds plus. 8 seconds ahead of third place. No. And 17 seconds out of fourth place. LaSalle. So Kate Witkowski on top in the standing block with 1 heat remaining. I misspoke. We have 2 heats remaining in the standing block chop, of course. So here we're ready to go with the next one. A matchup of Canada and the United States, the reigning Canadian national women's champion, Andrea Hand, going up against 3-time U.S. champion Martha King.
Well, Tommy, the bar has been adjusted in that last heat.
Yes, it has.
I was thinking about this during our little break there. The points battle is already getting really interesting with McLean setting a benchmark in the stock saw. And granted, we're only halfway through the standing block, but Kate Witkowski, a really strong performance in that standing block. That's going to grab her a ton of points. When you start having multiple athletes accelerate in different disciplines, it really stirs the points pot.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go.
Andrea Hand right there on the go. You love to see it. You want to get every moment of chopping time available to you. Martha King, you get a good look into the front side of that log. A smaller face, a little bit steeper of a face than we saw from Kate Witkowski. Hand around the back, around 15 seconds. If that holds true, she'll be around a 30, 32-second chop. Maybe a little bit preemptive. Now she's getting there. Nearwood has got to go.
Oh, it's
there,
going.
I think it broke.
Oh.
One in the guts. There it is for Andrea Hand, 33-36. This is where that small face is going to come back to bite Martha King. She and Erin LaVoie both in that same sort of club. A small face sets you up for a difficult time driving through the backside.
This is definitely going to shake some things up here in this inaugural Women's Cup race. Well, it's no secret how Andrea Hand is one true Canadian national.
Andrea Hand unofficially has taken the lead by 0.6 of a second. We'll wait on that official time. Roll it out in just a few minutes here as we wait from the official verdict from Judge Rich Hallett.
Both cuts are good.
We'll grab a word with Andrea Hand.
Andrew, just such, we haven't seen you cut. We've been announcing the win. We haven't gotten up to Canada to watch it. But when you get up just in an athletic stance, some of the athletes are up higher. You were stretched out just looking right up that up hit cut, kind of like a Sterling Hart technique, though. Who are you getting advice from? Is this just an Andrea Hand, your original technique? But incredibly powerful, great cut.
Yeah, sitting down and looking up at that first up hit definitely is something I've taken in from chopping down under. And just making sure that you're attacking it from the angle that your axe is going in.
And then is it difficult to make those up hits and then change your body position to get your accurate down hits? I know you had a scoop on the far side in the back. You corrected that, got it off around 33.
Yeah, I think I misread the wood a little bit, and I didn't realize how much work I'd actually done on my far side in the back, and then it was actually my near side that had a bit tighter of wood and needed a bit more attention. But you live and you learn. I cut it. It's in 2 pieces, so it's all that matters.
Great job. Enjoy the rest of the day. 2 events to go. Big round of applause for Andrea Hand.
Well, here we're going to look at the turn. There's Hand in the near ground and King in the far ground into the backside of this log. That opening hit, those opening hits came in right on top of each other. Didn't really span all that well. So it's really hard. It's really hard to cut stand and block to begin with. But as you transition from the front to the back side of the log, you really got to get your footing in place and make sure you're settled in and ready to make those hits. This back side of the log came in a little bit steep, and you heard in that interview with Dave Jewett what we had talked about during the live event is that the near wood just wasn't coming apart as well. You want that kind of pig's ear, that poking up bit of wood that's left behind. That should be over on the far side of your block, so it's not interfering with the axe handle. So there was a bit of extra wood left on the near side, and that came back to bite her. But these are all things that'll clean up, clear out. 33-28 for Hand, puts her on top of the heap, ahead of Kate Witkowski.
Yeah, half a second ahead of Kate Witkowski. Erin LaVoie in 3rd place as it stands right now, with 1 heat remaining in the standing block chop. And here we go. The winner of our stock saw competition, Brittany McLean of Canada, going up against Montana's Lauren Bergman. There's Brittany.
Brittany absolutely attacks these standing blocks today. That's a great performance this year in the past. I know her personal best time is 31.65 seconds. It's a good one.
Lauren Bergman, 4th the U.S. Women's Championships last year, 6th the year before. It's a little better every year.
And especially in the standing block, Tommy, Bergman has really been coming alive in the standing block.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go.
But I'm very curious to see what happens on stand number 1. Brittany McLean winning the stock saw. That big scoop on that up hit. That is grip. That is too much pressure, too much tension. It's so easy to say, relax your grip when you're on this stage in this environment. But that was a clenched hand, twisting that axe head. It's coming to the block. She seems like she's settling into the back. Oh, that's there. Oh, one after another, glancing blows. She's got to settle in, let the axe do the work. She's 1, 2, now reaching far, not reaching far enough. There it is. Brittany McLean, 34.67, the unofficial time. Boy, that's a chop I know Brittany wants back. Sometimes there's hits you want back, but there was just certain mechanics that just, she wasn't settled in, she wasn't swinging like she could be. There's a lot of time to be had in that chop.
Get the call from Judge Rich Hallett.
Both cuts are good.
Sitting with our current leader over here in overall points, Brittany McLean right now. Talk to me about that standing block. It's tough to gather yourself after a scoop, but you really dialed it in and got the block off.
Yeah, it was a kind of ugly standing block, to be honest. My slope wasn't there, and I had 2 scoops, one in the front, one in the back, but I managed to get it off in the end.
I tell you what, I've loved watching you compete over the years. You just keep getting better and better every year. You know, what's it take for somebody like you to travel down here this far away to be able to compete at this level?
Honestly, it's the caliber of the competition here. I've been training really hard because these ladies are excellent choppers, so it just really motivates you to train hard so you can eventually compete with them.
All right, let's hear it from Prince Edward Island. Brittany McLean, your current leader in overall points.
There's a great look at McLean versus Bergman, and you'll watch these hits, these glancing blows. Oh, there was actually one from Bergman. I missed that during the actual event. I was over watching Brittany McLean, and there on cue is Brittany McLean. This is just a matter of nerves. And also, Tommy, we mentioned if you open wide with lots of slope, you can always dump it up and tighten the face up. But when you come in steep to open and then try to bring slope, you'll present the cheek of the axe to the corner of that log, to the corner of your chop. That can also cause the axe to glance up into the air like that. Into the backside, you'll see a couple hits here from Brittany McLean. That was one right there. The one before that as well. Those downward drivers, you've got to get the nose of that axe out the far side of the log. You can have just a fistful of matchsticks, a pinch of matchsticks on the far side of that log that will hold it all together.
Well, all right, Brittany McLean in the overall standings, though. You combine that with her win in the stock saw, and she is on top, 3 points ahead of a tied LaVoie and Bergman right there. Following up is Han Witkowski. And the rest here. We have we've got some good competition going here, and it's far from settled with 2 disciplines down. Here, Virginia Beach at the STIHL Women's Cup, North America.
Smell that? Spring. Things out here have gotten a little too comfortable. time to remind these edges, and blades just who pays the bills around here. It's time to run it. Run it until the grass becomes a lawn, until the hedges duck and cover. Then, run it again.
Some days, everything goes your way. This is not one of those days.
Look at that.
Good thing the Gator XUV can navigate rugged terrain and haul whatever the day demands.
Pull me out!
Because when work happens, you've got a Gator for that. The Gator XUV, built for every kind of workday.
The power's out!
Learn more at an authorized John Deere dealer.
Conserving moments like this. The Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation is building a strong future for all big game. 1 square mile a day. That's our mission. More access, healthier habitats. Your support will help shape what's next.
Virginia Beach, Virginia. Beautiful day. Wonderful Saturday here. So much going on with Jackalope, Virginia Beach. And what a great place. Trident presiding. Trident with King Neptune presiding over the whole thing here. We've got some fierce chopping and sawing going on out there. We've had one sawing event, one chopping event. We're going to get the saws out next. And this is it. Here's what you need to know about the single buck.
Single buck. The single buck is a one-man saw about 2 meters long. With this, the athletes have to cut off a complete disc of a 46-centimeter thick wooden block. The perfect interplay between rhythm and strength is the key to success.
Oh, it's going by very quickly in this Women's Cup competition. Into our third discipline already in the single buck. We have 2 Canadians matched up here. First place in points, Brittany McLean. Is taking on 4th place, Andrea Hand. There's our points leader right there.
This is a time for Brittany McLean to just settle in and do the job. She's up against multi-time national champions on both sides of the border.
Oh, yeah.
And she is just putting on a clinic so far. It's just been awesome to watch. But this is the time when you've got to just do a little reality check. Just settle in.
That's right.
Get the points. Keep it going. Don't try to be the hero. Don't try to blow it out.
My unscientific poll of both our women's competitors today and also our trophy competitors, trophy action coming tomorrow right here at 1 o'clock. Eastern time, by the way, is that this is the single most daunting event for them among the 4 disciplines in each of these different competitions.
Yeah, I feel like there's the most opportunity for things to go wrong. Maybe for women, I might lean more towards the standing block as being the big deciding factor.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go.
Cleaner leader on the left.
The pace for Andrea Hand on stand number 2 is there. McLean, though, is just, a hang-up as we get, and another hang-up for McLean as we got into the middle of the wood. Remember, they're cutting a circle. The saw is going to behave very differently at the top and bottom of the log than it does in the middle. Andrea Hand says, I've heard enough talk about Brittany McLean, and I want some of those steel overall points.
Both cuts are good.
Something's telling me it could be a national record. I'm going to wait on that one. Come on a little closer here. Thanks. Great cut, hardwood. It's hard. I know it's hard to see with a chainsaw cut, but after you cut it with those razor sharp teeth, you can see that red compression wood on top. Did you feel that struggle in the first half of the log?
I think right off the go, it was just settling into how it was going to react to the saw. And about the first quarter, then I settled into how it was going to go and was able to kind of pull it in a consistent speed. The goal is, for me, is consistency, don't hang up.
And you had an advantage, too. Everyone was allowed to test their saws prior to the competition today. Did you test your saw?
Yeah, I tested both the saws that I brought. They were both cutting, so I just went with what felt most comfortable at the time.
17.81, a new national record for Canada. Big round of applause, setting a new national record for Canadian timber sports. Andrea Hand.
We heard that interview with Andrea. She mentioned just don't hang, stay smooth, and that's exactly where the wheels fell off the cart for Brittany McLean on stand number 1. The back of the saw comes up. It sets the nose of the saw, probably a raker on the far edge of that cut, and it was back-to-back hang-ups. Andrea Hand on stand number 1, not waiting around, not the best timber, a little bit, well, I shouldn't say that, but good timber, but just firm timber. A little bit of that red color in there tells you that the wood is dense and has a lot of resin in it. So a new national record for Andrea Hand. That is great.
And there's that official time, 17.81 seconds. Congratulations, Andrea Hand. Andrea Hand comes from maybe a very a timber-oriented family background, that is for sure, there in British Columbia. And she's got to be proud to be taking that back to BC. Next up in the single buckets, heat number 2, USA, Lauren Bergman going up against Canada's Andrea LaSalle. Andrienne LaSalle, excuse me, I got to get it right. Andrienne LaSalle, the bronze medalist, women's championships last year and the year before, 24 and 25 in Canada.
Been right there so many times, and just little changes, little tweaks, mental maturity coming into play, settling into the event, and being able to execute what you know.
She's an agronomist by trade who also grows Christmas trees. Not unheard of among the ranks of lumberjack sports competitors.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Andrienne LaSalle very flat on the start and then gets it nose down. It's worth mentioning she's running a thinner plate, a thinner saw than most of the other competitors out there. Less drag, less resistant. Bergman with a little hang-up is going to look to drive it off. It is going to be advantage LaSalle on stand number 2, showing around an 18 flat. A new personal best, but not enough unless we have a change when we get to the official scoring. Not enough to take the lead. There was a bobble at the top of that cut, and I think that was evidence of the adjustment to the thinner plate, lighter gauge saw.
Both cuts are good.
Wow, here's a great look side by side. Look at LaSalle on the right, how flat she starts, but then the angle changes. Now you can see the 12 gauge plate that Bergman is running on the left compared to the 14 gauge plate of LaSalle on the right, and you can see how much whip it gets in it. a bit of an experimentation. I appreciate the innovation, but boy, you are going to have to run that saw so perfect. Your grip is going to have to be relaxed so you're not twisting that handle. So we'll see if the benefit of the 14 gauge plate, the thinner kerf, the lower resistance is going to pan out and pay out compared to the whippiness of that 14 gauge plate.
Well, the advantage is won out in that case for Erin LaVoie. We'll take a look at her official time coming up there, and it's good enough for the lead at 17.80. Ahead of Andrea Hand by 0.8 of a second. Lauren Bergman in third, and Brittany McLean.
And then McLean. All right, folks, take out those phones. You can play along with us out there in the crowd right now. Maybe win yourselves a hat. If you answer this question correctly, you can head over to the steel tent, show them that you got that question right, and you can claim yourself one of these awesome steel hats from our booth. Also, check out some of the awesome steel equipment over there in the tent. You can see one of those 661 steel chainsaws these ladies were racing with on the stage. All right, so the poll's going to begin in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. What do timber sports athletes wear to protect their feet? Are they wearing steel toe boots, chainmail socks, Kevlar shoe inserts, or skate shoes that you might pick up over on the boardwalk here at Jackalope Festival? And the answer is those chainmail socks. It is a rule. All of our athletes must wear a connecting piece of chainmail that go from wrapping around their feet up their shins, just in case something tragic was to happen during one of these events. They would be protected. So if you got those questions right, you can head on over to the booth, claim yourself one of these awesome STIHL TimberSports Series hats. Thank you guys so much for playing along at home. Looks like we are just about set, ready to go for our next heat, Dave.
All right, next heat of the single, but I got to correct myself. I corrected myself wrongly last. It is a 1/100th of a second lead for Erin LaVoie over Andrea Hand right now. But we're ready for heat number 3, another Canada versus USA. This is Stephanie Naud going up against Catherine Witkowski. Same size plates this time, Kevin? Or
these two saws, I don't know as well. I would assume they're both running 12-gauge plates. I could run up and measure for you.
Well, it's fine. I'll check it out later. I was trying to get when you go for that thinner gauge, what is the advantage you're looking for initially? What drives you to that?
Well, it's
weight advantage.
It is a weight advantage, so theoretically you can change directions between pushes and pulls with less effort. But primarily, you are making a thinner cut, a thinner kerf. You are technically removing less wood and should have less resistance getting down through the log.
Okay.
So with anything, there's trade-offs, advantages, disadvantages. We see the same thing in axes. Axes have been getting bigger, heavier, wider, bigger, but eventually
athletes
they're going to get too heavy, too wide.
Stand to your timber. 3,
Witkowski
2,
on the right, no
1,
on the left.
Go!
Well, we've seen records fall already on this stage from our Canadian competitors. Stephanie Naud has a tough task ahead of her as Kate Witkowski is an exceptional single sawyer. Naud is hanging with Witkowski, though. Oh, and a head. Oh, I don't know what. Yeah, she has a bit of cuttable wood up there. What a tough break for Kate Witkowski. She's kind of smiling it off and grimacing all at the same time. What happened on that was she reared back to try to drive off those last few fibers, and that the nose of the saw actually came back out of the cut, broke the disc, and it left a small tab of wood sticking out of the bottom of the log. Now, in some cases, that little tab of wood is a very small tab of wood, and it actually wouldn't support the weight of the saw, like it would bend down under the load of the saw. In this case, there was enough of a diving board sticking out here that she had to go back and finish it.
Both cuts are good.
When are we going to saw together in the Jack and Jill? You're too fast. You're too fast. awesome cut. Watch you running your saw this morning in the warm-up. Looked like you changed your technique a little bit. How long did it take you? I know you train a lot with JP. Mary said, big shout-out to JP, to get the confidence to run a saw that no other woman in the world is running. And a lot of the guys say, I can't control a 6'2.5", especially in the lower part of the log where it's only being supported by a few inches. How do you talk about the confidence?
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge, and it's taken me quite a few years to be confident to run that saw. I've been training with JP for 10 years now. I'd say the first 5-6 years I would hang a lot, but he had some good confidence in me, and just really great trainer and great saw filer. So I've been really lucky to be training with him, and I'm really glad to be able to run a saw like that.
16.59, new national record. Big round of applause for Stephanie Naud. And watch her cut an underhand, the final event of the day for this big day. The winner, $10,000 equal to the men. Big round.
There you see Witkowski in the background, and there's that hang up. She drew the saw way back into the block to try to finish it on a pole stroke, I think. It didn't go. She went into that push stroke. The nose of the saw hung, the saw deflected and snapped the disc off. She relatively calmly picked up the saw and finished the cut. Stephanie Naud just absolutely motoring down through this with a very large single buck saw. You heard Dave Jewett mention it's a 6'2.5". That's a large single buck saw for Stephanie Naud. She's got the reach. She runs it well. You see the nose disappear back into the saw, or excuse me, back into the block. A little bit of a short stroke at the end just to push off those last few fibers.
And that's going to move Stephanie Naud on top now, a 3/4 of a second minute .21 now the official times to come in over Andrienne LaSalle as it stands right now. So Stephanie Naud, LaSalle, Canada, 1 and 2. One more heat to go in the single buck. And here it is, this great rivalry which has been running for years. Erin LaVoie, Martha King. Erin LaVoie, the reigning champ. Martha King, the 3-time national champ.
Both these competitors have been sitting backstage. They've been watching. They've been listening. The times have been melting down.
Tough break for Kate Witkowski. What do you do when there's that tiny bit of wood to cut? Do you go with a short stroke at the end to avoid something like that?
Well, you can, but you want to accelerate to avoid conflict. You want to finish this off. You want to drive it. And in the field that we've got here and how tough this competition is, you have to go. You can't play conservative. You can't idle out the bottom of your stock saw cutter.
You don't put the brakes on.
No.
Okay.
So she was trying to, I really believe she felt like that was potentially going to end or finish at the end of that pole stroke. And so she was drawing that saw in and trying to roll the toe to get those last fibers to go.
Ready. Stand to your timber. 3,
King and LaVoie.
2, 1, go.
King on 1, LaVoie on 2. We've seen these two go head-to-head for years and years and years now. And right now, it is a very close race with King a slight advantage. She's going to drive off about 2 pushes ahead of LaVoie. Look at that time, a 14.33 from Martha King on stand number 1. We saw some saw testing earlier today from Martha King. She had 2 different saws up there, and Maddie Sling was kind of talking with her. And the second saw she ran seemed to be maybe as quick, maybe slightly quicker than the first one, but it wasn't discharging very well. So it just felt a little bit sticky, and she opted to go with the smoother cutting saw, and it paid off.
Both cuts are good.
Martha, 14.1 seconds. Not only is that a personal best, but that is a new women's world record. Congratulations. How does that feel?
It feels really good. I've really been struggling the last 2 seasons with health and other problems. Nobody wants to hear about that, but God's been so good in bringing me through and healing me and giving me great opportunity. So I'm here to just do my best and have an awesome time and glorify Him in what I do, and that is a big win for me right there. So thank you, God. Thank you for my family and everybody who supported me. So
congratulations, Martha. Give her a big round of applause. New world record holder in the single buck.
Go back and have another look at that world record run from Martha King. Sometimes it just looks automatic. The two of them seemed like they were head-to-head and really on pace for a close race, but every stroke with Martha King just gained that much more of an advantage over top of LaVoie. Big noodles. That saw is just cutting very smooth, very efficient, and operated so well by Martha King.
Martha King showing us why. She owns 3 national championships and now owns a world record, new world record in the single buck for women. Martha King, 14.10. Almost 2 seconds ahead of LaVoie. And there we go with the overall standings. And it's Erin LaVoie on top. 2 points ahead of McLean and 4 points ahead of Hand and Bergman as it stands right now. Martha King sitting in 5th place out of that top 4. Oh, man, it has gone by so fast here. We are down to our final discipline of the day. We can't wait to get that going. The crowds are huge here at Virginia Beach. We will be back to Jackalope in our fantastic venue here in Virginia Beach, just moments away from more of the 2026 North American Women's Cup.
For 100 years, we've built tools to work in nature with legendary performance and quality to master every challenge. Tools for people like you who work like a pro with heart and soul. Built for nature, trusted since 1926. STIHL.
Conserving moments like this. The Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation is building a strong future for all big game. 1 square mile a day. That's our mission. More access, healthier habitats. Your support will help shape what's next.
Some days, everything goes your way. This is not one of those days. Good thing the Gator XUV can navigate rugged terrain and haul whatever the day demands.
Pull me out!
Because when work happens, you've got a Gator for that. The Gator XUV, built for every kind of workday.
The power's out!
Learn more at an authorized John Deere dealer.
Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern from King Neptune's Park in Virginia Beach, Virginia, the 2026 North American Men's Trophy Championship. The top athletes on the continent square off in head-to-head competition, a non-stop race through 4 disciplines, fast, furious, and exhausted. The STIHL North American Men's Trophy right here tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Meanwhile, on this beautiful Saturday is all about the women's 2026 STIHL TIMBERSPORTS North American Women's Cup competition. First time ever. This is the inaugural event, and there have been fireworks here for sure, including a world record in our last discipline, the single buck. Oh, big crowds here. Well, with Jackalope, Virginia Beach, and everything else going on right now. But as we get ready for our final discipline, the underhand chop, here's what you need to know.
Underhand chop. In the past, the underhand chop technique was used to split logs. Standing on a horizontally anchored block, the athletes cut through a 32-centimeter log. The block has to be worked from both sides.
All right. Final event of the day is a chop, but I think the theme of our first heat coming up here is going to be sawing standouts. Because this one, we've got Brittany McLean, our winner in the stock saw, going up against the winner in the single buck, Martha King. That's going to be heat number 1. We await their arrival on the stage here in King Neptune's Park, right in the middle of Jackalope. Jackalope, Virginia Beach is just an incredible thing. I mean, they've got it all. They've got all the action sports, the exciting sports. We have a high wire act going on above our venue here, about 6 stories up, people racing on a high wire for a full city block. It's an amazing scene here. Oh, there, yeah, okay. Look up or don't look up if you're a little queasy about things like that, because they do have safety chains, but my goodness, I don't think it's for everyone, Kevin.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. But if you're going to fall, be artistic about it. Go for style points. That's my advice.
Absolutely.
And Tommy, you neglected to mention the weather, which has been absolutely flawless here. Beautiful blue skies, perfect temperature, not too hot, not too cool. Touch of an ocean breeze just to keep things refreshing.
Oh.
It has been a perfect weekend here. I'm not we're flying through these events. I'm not ready for this Women's Cup event to be done, but lots more to happen tomorrow. My personal favorite format, and I can't wait to have the women compete in this as well, is the trophy event coming up tomorrow.
Going to be a ton of fun. Absolutely. Be here at 1 o'clock, same time, 1 Eastern, starting right here where you're watching. But here's the first one, the underhand chop, the sawing standouts, to be sure. Brittany McLean won the stock saw to open our competition up today, and then Martha King in the single buck sets a new women's world record, 14:10. There's Brittany McLean, the pride of Brackley Beach, Prince Edward Island in Canada, and the Penn State alumnus and Pennsylvania resident, arborist, Martha King, 3-time U.S. champion.
Neither one of these competitors showed us what they have in the standing block. For different reasons in different ways, standing block got away from both of these competitors. I hope they took a minute, pause, regroup, and put a clean, especially front face in these underhand logs.
3, 2, 1, go!
We can only speculate at this point based on what we see flying out of the log. And Brittany McLean has got to love what she sees. I see big slabs, big pieces of wood on the stage already for Brittany McLean. I see Martha King wrestling and wrenching that axe, but maybe it's because it was going in so deep. Here's Martha King into the backside of this log. Very clean lines, very clean face. She's done at the top, looks middle bottom. No, has to go back and drive
Martha
again.
King.
There it is, Martha King. Martha King showing sub 30-second chop. Based on the productivity I was speculating on the front side of those logs, we can't see it from here at the back of the house, but I saw just massive slabs of wood falling out of Brittany McLean's block. It seemed like she was going to run away with this, but Martha King found something. She had the method, she had the placement, and it just worked to her advantage.
Both cuts are good.
Here we're looking into the second side of the block. You can see that axe hanging up, which just robs momentum. In this case, there was a ton of penetration. The axe was going in way deep. Hits are lining up beautifully, but now that I go back and look at it, yeah, I thought she was going to go drive this block did not quite have the work done on the top. Had to go back, find that those fibers at the top, drive through cleanly. Great finish for Martha King.
So Martha King, the early leader so far in our underhand chop, and Brittany McLean, Martha King leader, Brittany McLean, how about bettering her personal best by about 7 seconds? She came to play. Absolutely down for Prince Edward Island to make a difference here. Back to the stage.
More trivia up on the board for you if you want to play along out there in the crowd. Maybe win yourself some awesome STIHL swag. You can scan that QR code right now. Play along with us. And again, if you get the question right, you can head on over to our STIHL trailer and redeem that to get yourself an awesome hat. Maybe they got some other fun stuff over for you as well. So, all right, let's see what kind of question the booth came up with now. What year was STIHL founded? 1892, 1926, 1974, or 2000? I got a big hint for you. Big hint for you. There's a big number behind me here of what we're celebrating here this year. 1926. Happy 100 years, STIHL. If you got that right, you can get over there, grab yourself a hat, show the booth that you played along with us. We appreciate you all playing along with us here all weekend long at Jackalope. Man, look at that scenery, Dave.
We're getting ready for heat number 2 of the underhand chop, our final discipline of the day. It's going to be all wrapped up when the 4 heats are completed, and we will have a new, first ever Women's Cup champion, North American Women's Cup champion for 2026. And here's the matchup. U.S. versus Canada. Catherine Witkowski, Hayward, Wisconsin. Adrienne LaSalle from Quebec, Canada.
Kate Witkowski came off a really... Kate Witkowski just came off a really tough go in that single buck run. Was going for that hero or zero moment. Unfortunately, came up on the zero side of it. Going to be looking to get some points redemption here, but it's where things, you start chasing losses. It gets dangerous. So she's just got to settle in.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Adrienne LaSalle over on stand number 2. Great form, presenting the axe well. Doesn't have the pace to it, but is putting the axe where it needs to go and is drawing big chips out of the front side of this log.
Releasing, Witkowski throwing it more out front, dragging that heel in and pulling it to the log.
Both competitors into the turn. Witkowski just being a little more efficient about it as she gets those opening hits in.
Really throws some big hits into these logs. This is a great cut from Witkowski.
Both of these choppers have great lines going. Very efficient cuts. I was going to say, LaSalle's going to need 1 or 2 drivers, but barely needed 1 driver as that axe breezed through the log. 34.55 unofficially for LaSalle would put her into 3rd place.
Went for the 1-and-1, and then had to finish that driving blow off. You see the judges over there inspecting those logs, make sure these ladies did not cut through those flat spots on these logs.
Yeah, we're going to get a quick interview with Andrea, too.
Allowed to bring a spare axe up with them?
Both cuts are good.
And to just watch her, Andrea, a coach at McGill College. She was a student. Yeah, here we go. She's a coach at McGill. She competed on the McGill team. Stephanie Naud was your coach while you were with the McGill team. You train with Stephanie, but your techniques are a little different. Stephanie's still coming up. You really throw that axe high to accelerate, pull the handle out. Some athletes throw it out right in front of them and drag it in, but it really has to suit your own style. How does that work for you?
I've been trying to push my axe forward and then bring it in, but maybe that's not what exactly I did today. It worked out, though.
Now, a lot of athletes do throw it up and they pull it down. They get that slice cutting from the top down. I'd say stick with it. It worked great for you right around 34 seconds. Talk about your weekend here.
Oh, it's just an amazing weekend. Like, the beach is incredible. Weather is amazing. I mean, thanks still for bringing us out here and creating that women's cup, like North American Cup. It's an honor to be here, and also, let's have fun.
You're done for the day. Go enjoy yourself. Big round of applause for Erin LaVoie.
We'll pick this up right at the turn into the backside of the log. Opening blow, great placement, second hit as well. And then, actually, a second hit stepped in just slightly, but as far as elevation on the block, and you see that follow-up hit on the far side just hangs the heel a little bit. This is where she really started to clean that face up, chases those lines in. She had driven the top there. She decided to go back 1-1, now goes into driving action and punches that block in the guts. Axe barely even felt it. There wasn't much left in there. Great clean cut for LaVoie.
Official time for Erin LaVoie, a 5.42 back of our leader, Martha King. She is in third place right now, and Kate Witkowski with a 40.91 is in fourth. Two more heats left to go in the underhand. And here it comes. Again, Canada versus U.S. From Canada, Stephanie Naud, the aforementioned Stephanie Naud, and Lauren Bergman, her opponent in heat number 3 of the underhand. Time to beat 28.89, laid down by Martha King. That was well off Martha King's personal best, but maybe a little tired from setting a new world record in the previous discipline.
Can't win them all, Tommy.
No, you can't. You can't do a world record in every discipline. It's just too hard.
But I think that time is definitely in reach for Stephanie Naud, and Lauren Bergman has just been coming on like a house of fire. I think she's in striking distance too. We could see a new leader out of this heat.
3, 2, 1, go!
Again, they need to get under that 28.89 by Martha King. And look at Stephanie Naud as she just rips that axe out of the sky, puts a tremendous amount of momentum into that head. Great efficient turn. She's turning around 13, 14 seconds. Great clean face. Each of those hits is chasing right in after the other. Top is done. Bottom needs to drive. There it is. Stephanie Naud easily takes the lead in the underhand. Bergman, though, also, I think, got in front of King there. She might be our new second place contender in the underhand. Great cutting from both competitors. Obviously, advantage to Stephanie Naud. Clean cut, efficient cut, fewer wasted hits. If every hit costs you a second and you can save yourself 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, you are just saving yourself time, moving your way up the podium.
Both cuts are good.
You're done. I'm going to let you talk. Everybody, back in the day it was, here comes Stephanie, she's going to win the single. Suddenly you're just overtaking the world with your underhand chop ability. How much fun are you having?
So much fun. This is my favorite event. It's been great competing here today, but I had some points to recover, so I gave it all I got. I love this event. The wood was great. I placed my hits properly, so lots of wood to drive at the end, but it went, so I'm pretty happy with it.
You've been on big stages, big situations, under the big lights, Wisconsin, West Virginia. How does this compare, though, at Virginia Beach?
It's probably one of the highest level competitions I've done so far, so lots of nerves for sure. Great crowd. It's been a great venue, so I'm really happy to be here.
It's such a massive Canadian fan base. We gotta give them a big thanks as well.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
All right, there you go, Stephanie Naud. And big round of applause. All the Canadians with their hockey jerseys came down, cheering on the Canadians.
Well, let's have a little flashback here to the clean calm, composed Stephanie Naud as she just slaps those hits one in after the other, chasing each other very precisely, gets the job done, and is all the way to center of the log. Such a clean opening front side on this log. Overlapping hits in a little bit there on the back. Room to sort of stretch those hits out, span the axe a little more, reach down to the bottom side. But at this point, she is clean through, drives top, down to the bottom, has to go back and punch it one more time on the bottom. Maybe could have cleaned up something on the bottom of the front side that we couldn't have seen on TV. But I'll tell you what, every time she comes out, she impresses more and more, and her underhand times are melting away.
Yeah, she takes over the lead, Stephanie Naud, with a 24.32 ahead of Bergman. You were right, Bergman steps into second place there. Martha King now sitting in third place. McLean and LaSalle in fourth and fifth as it stands right now. Stephanie Naud, her build allows her a huge arc. Is that necessarily an aid there? You've got to have more than just that going for you, right?
Well, yeah, and you'll see it. She has tremendous reach, a huge arc, lots of momentum behind the axe, and you'll see competitors that don't have the advantage of height, being as politically correct as I can and not hurting anybody's feelings. But I'll draw attention to Arden Coger Jr., and he draws attention to himself on this. He relies on swing speed. He is just pistoning hits into that block. He is not a Jason Lentz at 11 foot 15 inches tall, just knocking cobwebs out of the rafters out here. So you will see competitors' body style sort of dictating the swing style a little bit, but ultimately you're really talking about momentum behind that axe head.
All right, well, let's take it to the stage. A little fan interaction.
We are streaming worldwide right now, this event. You'll also be able to catch it later on FS1 this fall. But if you want to be up on that big screen and onto Facebook, YouTube, and STIHL USA's live stream, you can scan in on the fan cam and say hi to everybody around the world. So there we go. Virginia Beach. Those are some of those nice hats you could get there from scanning those QR codes earlier. There's the hot saw champion from last night, Maddie Slingerland. And his wife, Cass. There we go. People look like they're having a great time out here at Jackalope, Dave. What a festival. What a venue. What a place Virginia Beach is. This is absolutely incredible. And there's the STIHL guys all having fun up in the booth.
Camera crew, the wood crew. I want to go see your skateboarding legend, Dave, when this is done. Talk about your experience. You met your hero last night.
I got to meet my hero yesterday on stage. Bob Burnquist is up here attacking the stock saw, learning a little bit about the STIHL TIMBERSPORTS series. Dude, I can remember when I was a kid.
Here we go. Final heat of the Underhand Chop. A couple of superstars, no doubt about it. Andrea Hand, look at her personal best, 21.65. I do believe that is a standing world record, current world record, set last year. Going up against an athlete who has certainly earned the national record at the very least in Underhand Chop, Erin LaVoie from the United States.
Both of these competitors are obviously capable of dropping that time well down into the low 20s. They've watched the other competitors out there. They've seen number of hits. They've seen hit patterns. They've seen how they open the block. They see what type of axe they're using. See the slope behind it.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1. Go!
Now it's time to put all of that data to use. Head to head, it is Erin LaVoie on the left and Andrea Hand on the right. We'll be looking for these guys to turn here any second. There it is, around about 13-14. A step off for Erin LaVoie. That is so costly. Followed by a couple of stuck hits for Erin LaVoie. Another stuck hit for LaVoie. Andrea Hand should be pulling away with this pretty quick. LaVoie wiggling, but Hand comes off neither one of them with a flash chop. A tremendous upset on this stage for both of these competitors as they nestle in towards the bottom of the field in the underhand chop. This is like bizarro world, Tommy. I don't know what to make of this.
Not what we were expecting, to say the least. Of course, we've been saying that all weekend long so far. Oh.
Yeah, we could make a worst of highlights reel with some of the big shockers coming out of last night.
Oh.
That was a couple of big shockers right there.
No one is exempt from the occasional setback, giant setback in some cases.
Both cuts are good.
Break out this campaign for Rick.
All right. We are completed. All the points are being sorted. Everything has to be made official, and we will be back with the medal stand when we return.
When you spend 100 years building chainsaws, you get really good at building chainsaws. So when STIHL built the mower, we built the chainsaw mowers. New blade, same bloodline.
Some days, everything goes your way. This is not one of those days.
Look at that.
Good thing the Gator XUV can navigate rugged terrain and haul whatever the day demands.
Pull me out!
Because when work happens, you've got a Gator for that. The Gator XUV, built for every kind of workday.
The power's out!
Learn more at an authorized John Deere dealer.
Conserving moments like this. The Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation is building a strong future for all big game. 1 square mile a day. That's our mission. More access, healthier habitats. Your support will help shape what's next.
Welcome back to Virginia Beach. We have had an exciting afternoon at the first ever North American Women's Cup competition. The competition is over. Now the points are being sorted, and now it's time to find out the final answer, the final reckoning. We take it to the stage, Dave and Dave.
Kevin and Tommy, yeah, we got a situation here. If you're just arriving, these women did 4 events. They did a stock saw. They did a vertical chop we call a standing block. They did a single block, one woman cross cut. They just did a horizontal chop we call the underhand chop. 4 Canadians, 4 Americans. We have a 4-way tie for first place. They've added the times up. They are all within a few seconds. The leader is going to take home $10,000. Dave, your eyes are better than mine. You read that. I'm going to give out the awards, but buckle up.
There was a gap of 4 seconds between 4th place and 1st place through these 4 disciplines. In 4th place, at a total time of 1 minute and 38 seconds, was Brittany McLean. Brittany McLean in 4th place. In 3rd place, with a total time of 1 minute 37 seconds, Erin LaVoie. In 2nd place, with 1 minute 36 seconds combined time, Stephanie Naud. And in 1st place, just 2 seconds ahead of Stephanie Naud for her first Timber Sports title. From Montana, let's hear it for Lauren Bergman! Let's hear it for our ladies, everyone! All right, Super Dave, grab Lauren for an interview here. Let's hear from the inaugural champ.
Were you aware of what was going on? I mean, I can't even remember what happened. It was a massive blur. How did you pull that off? And you had to be watching that final heat of the underhand going, hell, hang on, I might be in it. I don't even remember if you were in it. Tell me what just happened and how you're feeling.
Yeah, I've just been having a great day. I've been trying to be light and just enjoy the day. I've been dancing around backstage as much as I can. It's hard to believe because I've never actually been able to make it on the podium till today, and to be on top is just, I'm just incredibly blessed. I'm very blessed with all the gifts that God has given me, and all glory to Him.
Congratulations. What a great day. What a great atmosphere. I love the emotion. I was introduced to you at Milwaukee, and I've never seen anyone so emotional when you come off that standing block chop. It's just awesome. We're going to see you again at the National Championships in Milwaukee. One more big round of applause, though, for Lauren Bergman, our North American STIHL TimberSports Women's Champion.
What a great story, Lauren Bergman. What a breakthrough for her. She worked so hard, raising a young family, getting herself ready, never stopping training, got back into the game, and really caused a big sensation, shows tremendous skill, and this is her first big breakthrough. We saw one last night. We saw one today.
It's just been an amazing day of action. And the moral of this story, it was a 4-way tie at 21 points. And it was like everybody got to eat today. Everybody had a discipline that went well. Everybody had a discipline that went not so well. And again, because they use a total elapsed time, this is where even if you're finishing 6th, get that block off. Get the best time you possibly can, and maybe you get a shot to be on top of the podium.
Yeah, every bit you put in to make that time a little faster pays off. And for Lauren Bergman, the $10,000, the hardware, and all the accolades. Continental bragging rights for the athlete from Montana. We'll be back tomorrow, 1 o'clock, same time, right here, with the men's trophy champion, North American men's trophy with STIHL TimberSports.